Hello and welcome to the world of my books and stories. Now today I'm going to talk about two books, but these are not books written entirely by me. What I mean is that these are books which have a story by me in them. And I have talked before this about how anthologies can help your child begin to read, and I'm going to illustrate it further by introducing you to these two wonderful collections of stories. Now the first one is this. It's called the Polka Dot Umbrella and Others. This is a collection of 12 short stories, and these stories are really special. You know why? Because they were all part of the competition organized by the Children's Book Trust, and these were the prize-winning stories which have all been brought together in this really nice format. I love the fact that it is a hardback, and I love the fact that it has these really nice illustrations for each of these stories. Okay, and the price is really attractive too. This is only 105 rupees. So let's see what the story is about, and then you can decide if you want to get a copy for your own child. Now the story that I wrote in this is called Dear Diary. You can see it here. This won a prize in this competition which was organized a few years back, and this is a story of a girl named Tara, and it's narrated through the format of a diary. And Tara's class has been asked to maintain a diary, and she is writing in the diary when a new girl joins the school. So let's see what Tara has to say about this new girl. Dear Diary, the new girl Sushmita and I were partners in the chemistry lab today, and all because T comes right after S. That means in the attendance register, my name comes after Sushmita's. I always get partnered with Shalu, but I got a shock when the teacher called out Sushmita Tara. What if Sushmita started stuttering and spitting? Because that is the thing about the new girl. Soon after she joins, the children realize that she stutters very, very badly. It is horrible to watch her when the teachers ask her a question. She stands there trying to get the word out, her face getting redder and redder, and everyone looks away. Sometimes I just want to jump up and answer the question for her. Of course, Aishwarya has a grand time imitating her. Yesterday, she was imitating her saying, "This is stalactites and this is stalagmites" when Sushmita walked in. She knew, of course, that people had been talking about her because everyone fell silent so suddenly that it was obvious, but she didn't say anything. She didn't even talk to me today. When I asked her things, she only smiled and nodded. I felt horrible every time she did that. So I asked her more questions and I got more nods. Finally, I gave up trying to talk to her. What if she thinks I'm trying to make fun of her? So, no more talking to Sushmita. Now, what happens in the rest of the story is that, and we get to know this only through Tara's diary entries, is that she and Sushmita are paired together again and again. And when they are paired together to do a project work, Tara realizes that Sushmita, instead of working on the project in the lunch break, is constantly disappearing. And she realizes that Sushmita has a secret. So Tara follows her and discovers the secret. And this secret actually shows her that this new girl, this stuttering, stammering new girl has an entirely different facet to her character, and this makes her respect Sushmita and actually become good friends with her. But what happens when the other girls in the class realize that these two, Sushmita and Tara, are not only becoming friends, that they also share a secret? Do they try to find out? You'll have to read the story to find out. And in the meanwhile, let me introduce you to this second collection. This is View from the Window and Other Stories, and this has 11 stories. Again, this is a book published by the Children's Book Trust, and the stories in this collection are all prize-winning stories. Yes, my story is in it too, and yes, it did win a prize, and it is called The Invisible Boy. I had great fun writing this story. It is about a boy who's invisible in the most unexpected manner. So I'm going to read out a little bit from the beginning so you get an idea of what it is like. There is nothing I hate more in the world than being invisible. I know there are people the world over who dream of being invisible, and that I should be happy that I am enjoying the great joys of being invisible. Ha! I say to that. I have been invisible for as long as I remember, and let me tell you, I hate it. There aren't many good things about being invisible. But if there is one good thing that I like about it, it is that it helps you see and notice other invisible people. Oh yes, the world is full of people who are invisible for one reason or the other. But I can recognize most of them. The minute the boy came into the house, I knew he was one of the invisible. There's something about them, a sense of loneliness, of sorrow that you can see a mile off. and Rohan was like that. So you will have to read the rest of the story to see why Rohan is invisible and what is his sorrow. Again, this is only 105 rupees. I think the pricing is amazing. So if you have a child, who is not really ready to start reading a big book, but can take stories in small short doses, then I would definitely suggest getting these books. They're published by the Children's Book Trust, like I said, and the production is excellent. The pricing also, I think, is really good, and this will give your child a chance to read stories which have been written by a variety of authors. I think this will help build the confidence of a reluctant reader, because they only have about 3-4 pages of one story to finish, and then they feel a sense of accomplishment that they have made a beginning, and this is definitely going to help your child read more. So do write and let me know which is your child's favorite anthology of stories, and if you have any other questions about reading or writing, or how to get your child to be a reader, do write and let me know. And please do like and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more such videos. So until the next time, bye bye, and thank you for watching.